There's plenty. Everywhere you go, there's always seagulls.
I think there's enough of them. They're quite prolific, really, aren't they? I think they'll always be around.
I'd say there's more than enough seagulls in New Zealand, to be honest. Yeah, I doubt they're endangered.
While red-billed gulls are common, that doesn't mean they aren't endangered. Their population is predicted to crash by up to 70% in the next 3 decades, earning themselves the same conservation status as 3 species of kiwi. This leads to one question. Will the red-billed gull become extinct? Despite the name, they don't always have red beaks. Juveniles have darker pigments in their beak, feet and eyes, which fade away as they reach sexual maturity. At 2 years of age, they're ready to find a mate, forming a partnership that could last most of their lives. After gathering materials and constructing a nest, they mate. Pairs will typically produce 2 eggs, which they will incubate for 25 days before hatching. They will care for their chicks another 60 days, for their world is full of danger. Our climate is rapidly changing. Shifting ocean currents are affecting the availability of food. Sources that were once rich can dry up, making it hard to feed themselves and their offspring. Introduced mammals such as rats and stoats feast upon eggs and young birds. Adults are no safer. Domestic pets are responsible for a huge loss of native bird life. Gulls are no exception. So why has the red-billed gull not received conservation?
Probably wouldn't be too upset if seagulls went extinct. You know, like they're just like perched up there and then they're just like looking at you with their like beaks and they're like red circles around their eyes. Oh God, I just don't like them. Yeah, I think like, because I've worked in cafes before, like around the beach, and the seagulls sometimes kind of, when you're clearing plates, all the seagulls are all kind of coming at the table and you've got to like go in there, you know, take the food away from them, and it's real scary, and then they just kind of like fly around and it's not nice.
Scavenging and kleptoparasitism, stealing food of others, is common among seabirds. By taking advantage of what humans have to offer, the red-billed gull has gained a dishonourable reputation. This poses a problem, as public opinion directs conservation expenses. The extinction rate is currently 1,000 times greater than normal, and resources are spread thin. When deciding what to save, we have a bias towards larger, charismatic species that can hold our attention.
If an animal is going to go extinct, it's quite sad, but the seagulls, you know, yeah, I just don't really like them, so I guess no, wouldn't care.
While it's easy to dismiss one species, it is never that simple. Along the breakwater of Otago Harbour, we have another endangered native that, like the gulls, can be easily overlooked. Once valued for its life-saving ability to treat scurvy of early explorers, this grass has all but disappeared.
One of the key reasons why there are so many threatened coastal plants is that we've actually lost those seabird colonies. They play an important role in the ecosystem because obviously we get nutrients that leave the land and runoffs into rivers and out to sea. But we need to be able to bring those nutrients back to the land again. And seabirds are really critical in being able to do that. So through their guano, after feeding out at sea and coming back and depositing those nutrients back on the land again.
The survival of this grass is tied to the survival of gulls. But as with any species, there is an entire ecosystem that depends upon these birds. Imagine an ecosystem as a tower of Jenga blocks, where each species is represented by a single block. Each block plays a minor but significant role, supporting the blocks above to form one functional whole. If man causes the disappearance of a single block, the tower still stands, but it is left weakened. With each block that disappears, the tower becomes more unstable. There will come a point where the tower can no longer support itself, and all will be lost and collapse. In a sheltered bay of Otago Harbour, one bird has come to the water's edge to dance. By stamping their feet, they stir up sediment and invertebrates to eat. While climate fluctuations have led to the demise of some colonies, this year they've brought more nutrients and food to the Otago region. But the gulls that live here have more to dance about than just their dinner.
So this place is very well known for albatross, nationally and internationally as well. The interesting thing about red-billed gulls is that a lot of the visitors here don't realise that they're actually at a higher threat rating than the royal albatross that they've actually come to see. Now, that threat rating is not necessarily based on the actual number of individuals, because at the end of the day, there are actually still more red-billed gulls in New Zealand than what there are royal albatross. The threat status is based on what the population is doing, what the trend of that population is doing. So nationally, red-billed gulls have been going down, and there's one exception, and it's actually here in Otago. So, and particularly this population here at Taiaroa Head, 30 years ago, we actually only had about 20 pairs of red-billed gulls here. There's now about 2,000. So it's bucking the trend of what's happening on the rest of the country. They just weren't able to increase the population because of rat predation. But once you get to a decent size colony, it actually doesn't matter with those sort of natural predators coming in and taking the odd egg or the odd chick there. The colony still survives. There are 10,000 seabirds on this headland, either on it or very close to it. Out of that 10,000 seabirds, there's only about 1% of them are actually albatross anyway. But initiating that protection for albatross has meant that the diversity and the numbers of those species have been able to build up with the protection initially given for albatross.
While there is hope at Taiaroa, not all colonies are so lucky. If their population continues down to the brink of extinction, we will have to make a choice. So will the red-billed gull go extinct? Not if we can agree that they're worth saving.